Okay, question number 36 here says Lucy and Barbara began saving money the same week. The table below shows the models for the amount of money Lucy and Barbara had saved after X weeks. So these are the two, Lucy and Barbara, and we have two functions, f of x and g of x. And if you notice, these are both linear models, okay? Both linear because they have a number times x plus another number. Those are linear functions. All right. Question is, after how many weeks will Lucy and Barbara have the same amount of money saved? So f of x and g of x represent the amount of money saved after x number of weeks. So this equation represents how much Lucy has saved after x weeks. This represents how much Barbara saved after x weeks. So there's two ways we can do this. I want to show you what I think is the easiest way, and then I'll tell you another way you could solve this. So especially if you come across a problem like this on a non-calculator part, this would be the way to do it. You set these two equations equal, and by setting it equal, you're saying that Lucy's savings, which is represented by this equation, and Barbara's savings, which is represented by the other, are equal to each other, which means they saved the same amount of money. Okay, so after some number of weeks, x, okay, they're going to have saved the same amount of money. So all we do here is we solve for x. So I need to get x's on one side. So I'm going to take away the smaller amount from both sides. Take away 7.5x from both sides, and that's going to leave me, these cancel out, and I'm left with 2.5x. 10 minus 7.5, you can plug that in a calculator, or maybe you just can understand that in your head. Work that out. So 2.5x plus 5 equals, the only thing we have over here is 25. It just comes down. Now, to get x by itself, remember we always have to do our adding and subtracting first. When we're solving equations, it's kind of the opposite of order of operations. So we take away 5 from both sides. We're left with 2.5x as these cancel out. And 25 minus 5 is 20. So all we do is our last step, like it normally is dividing. We don't do the dividing first, we do it last. And by dividing both sides by 2.5, we get x equals, and if you do 20 divided by 2.5, you get 8. Okay? So that means it should have taken 8 weeks, so our answer is C. Now, the other way you could have done this, especially if it's on a calculator part, is you could graph these equations. Okay? Or you can look in a table. There are actually three ways here. So by graphing it, you would take the first equation, 10x plus 5, and plug it in your y equals, and you would graph it. It would look something like this. And then if you plug in Barbara's savings, it would look something more like this right here. So it would have a higher y-intercept. If you notice, the y-intercept of Lucy's is 5, so she starts with a smaller amount of money, but she's saving $10 every week, so she's saving more than Barbara, who's only saving $7.50. So the two equations would look like this. And so you would just figure out where the two lines cross. So you would find the intersection on your calculator, and that would be whatever the x value of that intersection is, that would be your answer, and your x value would also equal 8. The other thing you could do is to plug these both in your y equals, and instead of going to the graph, go to the table. Okay? So let's say you plug it Lucy savings in y1 and Barbara's in y2. Then what you'll have is, if you go to your table, you'll have three columns here with numbers. You hit second graph to go to the table, and you'll start out at 0. Lucy will have $5. That's how much she started with, and Barbara started with 25. And then after 1 week, Lucy's gained 10, which is 15. Barbara's gained $7.50, so she would have 32.5 or $32.50, and you would just keep going down this table until you got to 8. Okay, you would be looking for where the y values were the same at the same time, and when you get to 8, when you got there, you would see that they both had saved $85. Okay, so that would be how much they saved in 8 weeks, and since they are the same, this is what we're looking for. How many weeks did it take before they saved the same amount of money? So the answer is C.